What's up with the puka? Is that East Coast?
Yeah, it's an East Coast thing, you know, on the beach, walking around with your shirt off.
Well, I think Loretta Lynn's in general is pretty hot, right? So
yeah,
depends on how fit you are. Yeah, that's the key, right? And then how much you want to suffer, right? Goal when you come to Loretta Lynn's is to win, right?
Yeah.
So you got to find the angles to make that happen. Loretta Lynn's, there's a lot of elements, right? There's a lot of things that are variables, and you have to be able to be on top of all of those to be able to win. It's not easy to win here.
New crop of kids. Have you been watching any of the other races?
I have. I watched a couple of the kids that are coming up, and I think obviously the equipment is a lot better. The coaching is better. So I think the current crop of kids are actually pretty good.
What class do you ride?
Mini Senior 1 and 10-12 mod.
I heard you just got a W.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Pretty good.
Okay.
You gotta believe in yourself, man.
Where are you from?
Texas.
I'm taking back everything that I said, reflecting it with ways. So when your balance is off this, tell everyone it's all inside your head. Sometime in history, someone stood here and said, it's a rise and way to the bottom. Sometime in history, I bet someone pushed you off the ledge, off the ledge, off the ledge, off the ledge. The life that you knew is just passing through, passing you just the way that you wanted. Riding off in the sunset. Here's the nickels with the free advice. Next time, no mistakes. I need your life away from it. Don't make me laugh. Sometime in history, I bet someone stood here and said, it's a hard way to the bottom. Sometime in history, I bet someone.
I'm coming in 1-1, so we're looking solid in this one. It's a wild feeling. This is wild. I can't even put it into words right now.
Let's hear it for JBay. So when did you come through Loretta's? What year?
05 was my last year.
So compare the speed and the skill right now level compared to your year. Is it up? Is it down? Where's it at?
Oh, they're not near as good as we were.
Do they compare to your year?
No, I'm kidding.
He wasn't kidding either.
It's the same thing every year since the beginning of time.
Don't sugarcoat it, Bubba.
There's guys that are gonna be good. There's a couple guys that got it.
Yeah.
And a lot of them that don't. So it's the same thing as every single year. There's one or two guys that can come out of this place and make something happen. And other than that, it's tough.
What up, bro?
Man, we're here at Loretta's 22. It's hot. It's real hot, actually, but it's good. Racing's good. Lost my voice first day, so it means we're having a good time. So, welcome.
What's in the bag?
My care package. What do you mean? It's my swag bag. Don't hate on it.
Secure your bag,
Yeah,
Happy.
yes, sir.
22 Loretta's, what's the vibe?
Man, no days off. Gotta enjoy it.
Are you ready to go? Come on!
The Scoop, it's last moto here at Loretta's 2022, and we're gonna go hammer down.
How's the track?
Gnarly, dude. It's brutal out there. I mean, we're working.
I like Cochran.
Yeah, he's on it.
Had to ride my butt off that time, baby. Two-time champ, baby. Going sicko mode out there. Going crazy.
Let's hear for Casey Cochran.
Are you gonna be a Supercross champion?
Yeah, I will. I'll be a Supercross champion. Just gotta work towards it. Dude, we want a good start. We're gonna get a good start, and we're gonna frickin' go show them what's up. It's rough, and I want to break a good gap this moto. Start it off good. So we got come in with a 1-1. Hopefully we can go finish it off. Hey, we meet again. We're back. Woo!
For a crowning achievement in his final moto of the week here at Loretta's, he comes up aces with the gold and the Schoolboy 2 Championship. Hayden Deegan.
Welcome to the Ocean Race Europe at the start of Leg 2 from Cascais, Portugal to Alicante, Spain. Our 12 teams are gearing up for the start and what will be a downwind blast for the next 10 hours to begin this 600 nautical mile race. Well, we begin tucked up close to the shore. This is going to see a very light and fluky conditions, but from the start line, a reaching start, out into the breeze and the waves as well. There's going to be one mark, most likely a bear away, possibly a jibe, but it looks like the stronger breeze is going to be offshore. So once the boat's straight set, they are then heading down south and off onto the 600 nautical mile course. And here we go into the start. It is linked out, coming down well. They've got a good bit of breeze underneath them. Bure Valley late to the line. Offshore Team Germany underneath, linked out with a chance to luff. 11th Hour Racing now get their sails out. All of the Imoca 60s look like they're going to be a little bit shy on the gun, but that's where that conservative nature comes in. Linked out, slowing down for those final few seconds. 11th Hour Racing got their time on distance well. They're rolling straight over the top with Coram as well. So it's the Americans that get the best start in terms of speed. Linked out at the leeward end, the end that they wanted, and they are now away as well. Linked out, 11th Hour Racing and Coram all off the line and racing. And it would have been very easy to look at the scorecard at the beginning of this event and think that Offshore Team Germany weren't really going to focus, or weren't really going to feature, sorry, Sally, but I mean, not just in the coastal race yesterday, but there have been moments, even on leg one, where this boat has proved very capable.
Push the boat as best to their ability, make some really smart decisions on the navigation and tactics.
Well, the VO65's lining up for the start, 14 knots of wind, from the north, and we're going to be seeing these boats pushing pretty hard. Right now it's J1's up with what looks like the masthead code 0 furled up on all of the boats, but ready to go once they get off that line and they see what that angle is with the breeze to that first mark. Sailing Poland behind. Murpuri Foundation Racing Team managing to get back into the mix with Acton Bell Ocean Racing. And that windward angle for the Austrian Ocean Race project is working incredibly well. They've actually been able to bear away on a nicer angle when those gusts hits. They can take that gust for speed, and they've just rolled over the top of Childhood 1. The boat that's struggling at the moment is Murpuri Ocean Racing. They are Murpuri Foundation Racing Team, sorry. They are at the back of the fleet at the moment. Early days, and of course we have a big downwind to go, but in the coastal race, it wasn't the downwind that favoured Murpuri Foundation. It was actually Acton Bell Ocean Racing. They were the boat that did well. So the Portuguese team will be wanting to keep in touch. And as I say that, look at that. Acton Bell Ocean Racing is their turn to suffer. Childhood 1, they now go down, and they're going to be the first 2 boats with the breeze and moving well. And if you're on board the Austrian race project, you're a young sailor, you can't believe how well you did in leg 1. And now, if you want to see the other boats, you've got to look behind you. There was a boat on anchor, 11th Hour Racing, luffing up to go round the anchor line. They're still sailing with the boat that was on anchor now safely to leeward, but unfortunately, just getting out of view of 11th Hour Racing, and the boat comes pretty close to their line. Still moving at the moment, and I mean, Sally, we've seen this before. In fact, actually, on the finishing stages of leg 1, we've seen with the Imoca 60s, it's not just in terms of keeping your eye on the bow and the beams. There's an awful lot sticking out the sides of this boat. I mean, I think I should point out to anybody at home that Sally's nose was pressed up right up to the screen there, as I'm sure you were at home watching this, trying to work out whether we could see anything on that left-hand foil. We are on board now with 11th Hour Racing, and there you can see on the left-hand side, I believe that's Simon Fisher, the navigator, just going forward to have a little bit of a look. It would be disastrous at this point in the race, this early on, if you get to a situation where structurally you've done a little bit of damage to the performance of your boat. And while we say that, look at this, head sails furling up, Sally. That is not a good omen. Sailing Poland, this is a young team. I mean, on their roster, they've got 2 16-year-olds, 2 17-year-olds. It is a group of very passionate and very skilled sailors, but really lacking in that offshore experience, and amazing to see them. If you are a young sailor on board this boat, who better to be looking after you in these conditions than someone like Bowden?
That's true, and it's a little bit of a surprise because you have the dynamic of the foils on the 60s, which should just create easier speeds, basically, and easier modes. But I think what you have in the 65s is the maneuverability and the knowledge about pushing the boats with a fully crewed team. And I only expect the 60s to gain knowledge and gain speed and overall faster miles as these legs go on, and for sure into the ocean race. But you know, right now the 65s, like you said, they're proving to hold up out on the ocean, and obviously they've been around the world twice, so we know they're durable. What also means for the teams is that they can just push them as hard as possible. It's actually, you know, it's not impossible to break those boats, but it is hard to push them beyond their limit, which is, you know, a quality that can be really great out on the ocean. You don't have to throttle back, whereas the 60s have to decide when that moment is. They sure do, and here's the continuation of them coming downwind. They're going to basically meet this transition zone as the breeze is trying to go from the north to the east. The trickiest part of the race here is going to be through the Gibraltar Straits, where they have to decide around this exclusion zone. They're going to meet some big waves and big breeze head-on. Be a lot of tacking, upwind, and maneuvering, trying to get all the way to Alicante as the breeze basically fades out and can be really patchy.
the Austrian Ocean Race Project, the boat that struggled for pace on leg one, struggled for pace in the big downwind, and then held their nerve and kept their cool and found their way through the light winds into the approach to Cascais, doing so well. Currently at the top of the VO65 scoreboard. Are they going to be able to hold everything? We hope you've enjoyed the racing. We're going to be following the boats daily and keeping up to date with who is winning, who's doing well out on the course, and the challenges that all of these boats are going to experience over the next 600 miles. And we'll see you soon.
Knowing I always have support from someone like Spike Lee and Rolex, with my filmmaking, the possibilities seem endless.
I come from a long line of educators. My mother taught Black literature right here in Brooklyn. It shows you the power of education, of teaching. When I was approached by Rolex for this project, I automatically knew I wanted to work with a Native American filmmaker. It's about representation, to give people an opportunity to tell their own narrative.
Filmmaking makes me feel alive. It makes me feel like I'm doing something important. Not only to me, but for my people. I'm trying to tell stories that I love, that I know.
KB, Carl Bell. I just liked his own personal story, and it's hard.
I'm a native filmmaker from Tulsa, Oklahoma. My tribal town is the Thoploco Creek tribal town of almost 1,000 members.
Come here, come help.
Originally, our people come from Alabama, Georgia, back east.
Ready? You do it, Sissy.
Our native people were forcibly removed to Indian territory, back in, the 1800s.
Filmmaking has been one of the most harsh professions known in humankind. What I try to do with my students, give knowledge, my own personal experiences, and confidence, but there's always gonna be challenges. I'm going to my 4th decade and there's still challenges, so it's not like smooth sailing. That's part of filmmaking. It's about how do you get past and triumph those challenges.
Let me ask this question. Where are you gonna find the actor?
One of the most important things that Spike really instilled within me is just showing really how hard you have to work to make this a career.
This documentary that I've been working on.
There has to be an urgency to make your film. When Spike speaks, I listen. If he says to get that script done, I gotta get the script done and then find out what you gotta do next. When you're gonna shoot it, who you're gonna cast, all these things that he takes very seriously. His art form,
My goal is to try to shoot a little bit more. You gotta take that word out of your vocabulary.
I don't hear that, I'm gonna try.
Gotta do.
Exactly.
Boom.
Action.
Words are important, so you gotta be in that I'm gonna do mentality.
Good.
I hope Kyle gets to make the films he wants to make and tell the story of his people.
Through this mentorship, everything I've learned with Spike, not only in my career, just as a person, as a friend, I'm always gonna take with me wherever I go. To give back to my own people and pass down to the next generation of future filmmakers in my tribe.
is a centering force. It's the place I go to de-stress and relax and just get back to like a baseline of happiness. I am mildly obsessed with the outdoors. For a trail of any length, there are essentials every hiker should pack. This starts with a good backpack to hold it all together. One that has padding on the straps and a clip in the front will keep the weight evenly distributed for added comfort, but any pack will do. The first step of the hike is to know where you are going. Most of the time, a phone is the easiest tool for navigation. Be sure to download a map of the area in case you lose service. Phones do lose battery though, so on long or less populated trails, take a map and a compass to help find your way. No matter what time of year you're hiking, you'll want to protect your skin with sunscreen and lip balm, and maybe even some bug spray. This goes alongside your first aid kit to tend to any scrapes or bites that may happen along the trail. Something you hope to never need, but you'll be glad you have it if you do. Next up is food and water, the real essentials out here on the trail. Pack a half a liter of water per hour of hiking. It's also a good idea to keep some water purification tablets in your bag just in case of an emergency. Food is crucial. For hikes that are more than 4 hours, pack a substantial lunch, like a sandwich or something easy to carry. Bring along plenty of snacks that have a good source of protein, carbs, and fat to keep your energy up throughout the day. Pack extra food and water, more than the bare minimum, so you're prepared. Lastly, pack emergency supplies. This includes a headlamp, fire starter, multi-tool, and emergency shelter. You can find emergency shelters from a local outdoor store, but a large garbage bag can also do the trick. These things might seem like overkill, but they're pretty small items that can make a huge difference in the event that you needed them. No matter what the weather forecast is, layering is key to a successful and comfortable hike. Follow the rule of 3, which includes a base, middle, and outer layer. Whether it's a t-shirt or a long sleeve, choose a base layer that is sweat-wicking and breathable. For a mid-layer, choose something that will add a layer of warmth depending on the weather. This can be worn as is or function as insulation under a jacket. The weather can be unpredictable, so pack a rain jacket that you can easily unroll so you can stay dry. If it's going to be sunny but freezing cold, a lightweight insulated puffer will keep you warm. No matter what you're layering, you want things you can move easily in and that are breathable, and that you can shed when you heat up on the ascent. A few other items that are good to bring are a hat for your head, socks, gloves, and sunglasses. Few things are more important on a hike than wearing comfortable, durable shoes. There are tons of hiking shoe options out there, each with special features. If you hike in a region prone to rain, look for a shoe that has water-resistant technologies like Gore-Tex. You'll also never know what your hike will bring. You might need to cross a creek to get to your destination. If you're hiking through a more arid, hot climate, look for a shoe with something like Prime Knit that's going to offer the most breathability. As for whether to pick a low or mid-top shoe, well, that's up to personal preference. The higher the top, generally the more ankle stability you'll get. But if you like to move quickly and feel a bit more freedom, then you might prefer a low-top option. Either way, choose socks that come above your shoes for the most comfort and protection. No matter what, hiking is just about getting outdoors and enjoying nature. These are all things that will make your experience a bit easier or nicer, but don't let it intimidate you from getting out there.
October 31st, 1517.
Ein feste Burg ist unser Gott.
In Germany, the start of the Protestant Reformation as the priest Martin Luther takes a stand. He posts the 95 Theses on the door of Wittenberg Palace Church, questioning Catholic Church practices. 1968, President Lyndon B. Johnson orders a halt to all U.S. bombing of North Vietnam. Johnson says he hopes the move spurs fruitful peace negotiations to end the Vietnam War.
I have reached this decision on the basis of the developments in the Paris talks. And I have reached it in the belief that this action can lead to progress toward a peaceful settlement of the Vietnamese War.
But the war rages for more than another 4 years before a ceasefire agreement is finally reached. 1984. In India, 2 Sikh security guards of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi assassinate her. It happens months after Gandhi orders a deadly attack on the Sikhs' holiest shrine to crack down on Sikh militants. And 1926. In Detroit, magician Harry Houdini dies of gangrene and peritonitis resulting from a ruptured appendix. Houdini became ill after a student had struck him in the stomach in his dressing room days earlier. Today in history, October 31st. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,